What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvice.com bringing home the bacon. NFL DFS video Saturday afternoon, breaking down the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens showdown. We're going to build lineups. We're going to talk about it. So if you've never been here before, welcome to the channel. We're going to build lineups. We're going to talk about percentages. We're going to look at stats from last year and through this year in showdowns. We're going to build lineups on DraftKings, a couple on FanDuel, and a couple on Yahoo for the people that do play on Yahoo. Towards the end of the video, we are going to give you, I think it's a 6-play parlay. For people who sports bet, I built one out looking at the stats that we have. So very excited about that. So if you guys want to make some money, stick around, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you go check out everything else, because by the time you watch this video, the top 6 stacks video for week 16 is already live. The breakdown for the 2-game Saturday slate already live. This video is here. We are also going to break down the main slate for Saturday as well, or for Sunday as well. So what we do is we use SaberSim, we look at our top 10s, we get them in the right order with the algorithm, with our simulations and our projections, and then we build some lineups that way. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do have giveaways every single video. Here's how to win in this video. Like this video. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you have to leave a comment on the video. If this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. That is football and basketball for this week, because MMA and PGA are both off to the end of the year. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you have a chance at a free week or free month of FTA Plus. 150 likes, a free year. 200 or more likes on the video, a free chance at a lifetime pass worth $500. So, new to the channel, this is how we do it a little bit. We are going to break down this game. We are currently looking at a 45 over-under, with the Ravens being a 6.5-point favorite. So I do, and we broke it down, I do like Russell Wilson here. I think he's going to have to throw the ball a ton. Being a 6.5-point underdog, we want to take advantage of that as well. So just kind of looking at the stats before we dig into everything else. We are going to use our matchup tool, so you can see this is a matchup tool, completely free, first tab on the website. But you can see the Ravens against the quarterback, they rank 26th out of 32. Steelers, 4th out of 32. Running back, and this is how you read it. So these are the defenses. These are the stats given up to those two opposing teams, and then these are the fantasy points allowed, and then this is the opponent you want to look at. So with the Steelers, they rank 9th against the running back, but again, Derrick Henry let us down last week. Hopefully he does not let us down this week. They rank 9, where the Ravens rank 7, so the Ravens are better against the run. Looking at wide receivers here, you can see the Ravens secondary, they are very bad. They rank 30 out of 32, giving up an average of 40.3. George Pickens being out, it's going to open up a little bit of value. I love me some Calvin Austin this week. And then you can see Steelers are 15th, so Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, depending on what you are. Because then you look at this, Ravens 23rd, give up 13.2. Steelers against the tight end, 18, give up 12.2. So you want to check that out. Make sure you check it out on the website. And now, let's dig into this. So you can see Lamar Jackson is very expensive. You got Derrick Henry, very expensive for your captain spots. So you might want to get a little creative this week, and this is what we're going to talk about. So that being said, 84% of the winning lineups contained at least one of these quarterbacks, or one quarterback in their winning lineups. Now, I don't know if we can build a lineup with both Lamar and Russell Wilson, but we will definitely try. Russell Wilson being almost 4,000 less, and you put him in the captain spot or MVP or superstar on Yahoo, I am okay with that. Only 6% of the winning lineups used all $50,000 in salary on DraftKings. Only 16% of the lineups used a $200 player or less. So when I look at the players here, 200 or less, there's not much. You got Ricard. He could always vulture a touchdown, but as you can see, wait a minute. How's he got a touchdown but no stats? Oh, those are rushing stats. He has 1 reception on 1 target for 5 yards. Wait, where's the touchdown? Am I going crazy? Where's this touchdown? I don't know. He's playing, but again, for 400, I'm probably not looking at him. I'm going crazy with that. That'll eat me alive if I keep it up on here. There's really no one that I like at $2,000 or $200. 80% of the winning lineups had a $4,000 player or less. So we saw that with Thursday Night Football just yesterday. Van Jefferson, I don't mind him at $3,000. Isaiah Likely at $3,200 makes a lot of sense. Mike Williams, you got the Steelers defense, you got the Ravens. Well, no, you got Justice Hill at $4,000. Those are the ones I would look at. Cordero Patterson, I highly doubt he gets into the game. Really has not done anything since Cummings got 132 total yards. The attempts are very few and far between there, not very many. You know, it could break off a longest of 12 yards, but it just adds up. But no touchdowns, nothing. I'm probably not going that far down. Average salary used on DraftKings since the start of last year, $47,500. So then we look at stacks. So we already know that Baltimore, they're a 6.5 point favorite right now, so a touchdown favorite. A 4-2 stack has won it 44% of the time. A 3-3 stack 36% of the time, and a 5-1 stack only 21% of the time. And then our captain spot, or MVP or superstar, depending on the website. 39% of the time it has been a wide receiver. 28% of the time it's been a running back. 17% a quarterback. 7% a tight end. 7% a defense. And only 2% has it been a kicker. Kickers have helped us in the past few weeks, though. So they're always in play there. So that being said, those are the correlations between the stacking and the plays at each position. But we know this game will dictate. We know that the secondary for Baltimore, not that good. So let's get creative with building some of these lineups. So when I build these lineups for you, these are tournament lineups. These are not cash lineups. I do not play cash, especially in Showdown. I rarely play cash at all. These are tournament lineups, very boomer bust. But I wanted to get this in here. I think the way I've built the first one, we can get both quarterbacks in here. So, that being said, and some guy that I can't get off my mind, it is Mr. Calvin Austin. I'm going to put Calvin Austin as our captain for the first one. Hear me out. We can get both of the quarterbacks in here using those guys. I think Zay Flowers gets thrown to. Bateman is questionable. Now, Bateman obviously had two touchdowns last week. He has a foot problem. He is $2,000 less than Zay. So I'm going to get Bateman in here just to see what we can do. Now we're at $6,900. In my mind, and it's only $400 difference, but I like Jaylen Warren just a little bit more than Najee Harris this weekend for whatever reason. Now we are at $6,600. We're looking at 3 Pittsburgh, 2 Baltimore. Now, we could look at Mark Andrews, who has a touchdown in 3 straight games. You could look at Freiermuth. I think I want this to be a 3-3 stack. I want Lamar throwing it to Bateman and Mark Andrews, and then I want Russell Wilson throwing it to Calvin Austin in the third, and I want him throwing it or handing it off to Jaylen Warren. So this is one lineup, a very out-of-the-box thinking type lineup, but that is what it's going to take if you want to get that single. Why are you doing this? I have played on you for years. I have not moved geographic. I've not, well, technically that's not wrong. I have not moved geologically. So that's one lineup. Now, very different. I get that. Now, let's take a look at a Russell Wilson type. So you can see Russell Wilson is 14.7, so you're going to save a little bit of money. I think we could get Lamar in here. Now, depending on where we're at, I think we get Zay Flowers in here. Now, Russell Wilson, I think what I want to do is go a 4-2 stack with Pittsburgh because I think they are going to be playing from behind. We know that the secondary against the tight end and the wide receiver for Baltimore, not up to par. They've been very bad. So let's see what kind of lineup we can do here. So I think Calvin makes a lot of sense. I want to get a little creative with Van Jefferson. Hasn't done much, but he is 3,000. He is under 4K, so we can look at that. Now we're at 6,300. So we're looking at Freiermuth. We're looking at Boswell, if you think a kicker. Justin Tucker, who has missed a ton of kicks this year. And we're not used to that, but he has. But he gets a lot of extra points because of how many points that they're putting up on offense. So looking at this, I kind of want to go with Freiermuth here again because we know that Baltimore secondary, not very good. So that is a second lineup that I'm going to do. And a third lineup, we can get a little bit more creative depending on where you want to go. If they have a good game, I'm just trying to see if we do like a Lamar as a captain, what kind of lineup can we do? So if we get Lamar in here, can we get Derrick Henry in here as well? I think we could pay down for Van Jefferson at 3K, which might have to. Instead of Mark Andrews, if we go Isaiah Likely, where's he at? He's at 3,200. If we go Russell Wilson, can we fit anybody? 3,700. Steelers defense, you wouldn't do that. Mike Williams. You could look at Mike Williams. Hasn't really done much. He had a decent game, and then ever since he talked crap about Aaron Rodgers, nothing. Aaron Rodgers ayahuasca cursed him. I'm now looking at Patterson. So yeah, you could look at this, but you wouldn't go the Steelers defense. So Mike Williams, and maybe he has a good game because George Pickens is out. I could see that. You're not going any further down. So maybe we go with Mike Williams, and we hope that it's a 3-3 stack. You've got Lamar throwing into a second tight end. His obviously dumping off passes Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry let us down last week. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. So those are your DraftKings lineups. Now let's look at FanDuel. Now FanDuel's a little bit different. We've got one less spot, and we've got $10,000 and more. But it seems like we've usually been able to build a little bit of lineups here better than what we have. So I want to go Lamar as an MVP. I want to put Derrick Henry, and I want to put Zay Flowers. Okay? Now we're at 87.5. So if you come down here and you look at the extra, you got Calvin Austin there. Now we're at 9,000. You've got the Ravens defense. You've got the Steelers defense. I don't trust the Ravens defense as much. We obviously are not going with the Steelers defense because this is a very heavy Baltimore. Let's try the Ravens defense. We have not talked about this strategy. We've got a 4-1 stack here with FanDuel. Lamar Jackson handing off, throwing to Derrick Henry, throwing to Zay Flowers, defense for the Ravens, and then Calvin Austin as a cheaper option in the secondary or for Russell Wilson. Now, looking at that, let's look at a sort of Russell Wilson. So we'll go in the same sense. We'll flip it. We'll go Russell Wilson as the MVP spot. Wilson at 14,000. Now we're at 11,500 the rest of the way. Can we get Lamar Jackson in? I think we can. We get Calvin in there as well. We want Lamar Jackson throwing it to somebody. Zay Flowers, obviously 12,000. Bateman is 11,000. Bateman has been his go-to, does have a foot problem. So if we put Bateman in there and hope that he does play and does not re-aggravate it. You've got Najee. You've got Mark Andrews. Freiermuth is there. Freiermuth is in a good spot. So that would put us Russell Wilson throwing it to Austin and Freiermuth. Then you got Lamar Jackson throwing it to Bateman. We've left 2,000 on the table. I think I want to go in that situation too. So I do not mind that one. Now, one more. I wonder if we put Calvin Austin in that MVP spot like we kind of just tried in the other one. I think we can get a lot in here. Now again, not necessarily the way you want to go every lineup, but if you make multiple lineups, this is definitely a way to do it. Russell Wilson, Calvin Austin. I think Jaylen Warren makes sense. Jaylen Warren makes sense for me. We're at 14.5. So if we do put in Lamar, we got 14.5 left. We got Zay Flowers, we got Najee, we got Bateman, we got Andrews. Now Andrews, I feel, be pretty good. If you look at the matchup tool, tight end wise, the Ravens 23rd, the Steelers still 18, 12.2. It's a great spot for them. I'm going to put Mark Andrews in there. But you can obviously flip it and switch it to Zay Flowers. You could do it to Rashad Bateman. It really doesn't matter. This is a off-the-wall lineup, but it's a lineup that I'm going to put in there. And I am actually going to do one more, but all I'm going to do is the exact same lineup we just did. I'm going to import that lineup, which was... Wait, where 10 seconds ago. I'm going to import that. I'm going to take, if we take Andrews out and we put in Zay Flowers, I'm okay with that. We still left $2,500 on the table and good to go. Wash our hands of FanDuel. Now we are going to look at Yahoo real quick. Not a lot of you play it. I get that. So there's different ways to do it. I'm going to build one lineup for you. Again, you can go any direction you want. And then right after this one, we're going to give you our picks that I like here. So looking at this, I think I'm going to pay it for Lamar at this price. I'm going to go Russell Wilson because he is a little bit cheaper there by $13. So I want Zay Flowers to be thrown to. I want Calvin Austin to be thrown to. I'm all over the Austin man in this lineup. Now we're at $20. We're down to Kyle Allen, not using him. Josh Johnson, obviously. So you got Pat Freiermuth you could use, which Baltimore secondary, not ideal. So you got Lamar throwing it to Zay Flowers. We got Russell Wilson, if he's playing from behind, throwing it to Calvin Austin and throwing it to Pat Freiermuth there as well. So that being said, those are the lineups we built for the showdown. DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo. We've used our matchup tool. We are now going to show you some of my favorite bets in this game right here. Now, if you have not already signed up to either DraftKings or FanDuel, I'm going to set our link to our sportsbooks down below. If you sign up using our link, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. You just got to show me that you signed up. And DraftKings is going to give you like up to $200. They're going to match you up to like $200 or $300 if you deposit. So looking at the 6 picks, I have Lamar Jackson, 200-plus passing yards. I have Russell Wilson, 200-plus passing yards. I have both quarterbacks, 2-plus passing touchdowns. I have Calvin Austin at 25-plus receiving yards, and I have Jaylen Warren at 25-plus rushing yards. Now, you can look at this. It is plus 900 right now, depending on when you guys put it in. You can change it up if you don't think the Jaylen Warren pick is there. We've got it all there for you. You can remove whichever pick you want. Those are my top 6 right now. Maybe other news will be out. Maybe. We'll see. George Pickens already being ruled out. Gives me a little bit of hope here for Calvin Austin. Maybe a little bit of Jaylen Warren as well. So you could also move out Jaylen Warren and put Freiermuth. So if you went receiving yards, and we go Pat Freiermuth, you want to take out Warren. If you take out Warren, that puts 525. You put Freiermuth in there. Let's go 25-plus yards. It bumps up to 700. Still, I like that. You could even maybe bump up Freiermuth to 40-plus yards in that one, or even 50-plus if you think he's got it in him against this secondary for Baltimore. So there you go. 6 picks, all the lineups, all the love. Check us out, fantasyteamadvisor.com. Good luck this weekend. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.